Hi, in this session I'll cover how to resize columns and rows. So you may have a table or some data where you have some values and they have these hash marks. Or you can have some text that seems to have taken over the cell or overridden the cell. Basically, what you wanted to do is make sure that the column width or the row heights adjust to fit the contents in that cell. So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can adjust the row and height, and one of them is to go ahead and right click the column heading and adjust the column width here. And so you can see we can adjust it here. And also the same here, if you go right click on the row, you can also click on the row height and adjust that. So by default, Microsoft Excel, the defaults for the column height, let me go to another sheet where nothing has been adjusted. The column height or the column width is 8.43 or about 64 pixels. These are 8.43 units, and the row height is about 15 units, which is about 20 pixels. So that's just a little bit of our arcane knowledge for you. But as we can see here, when we right click on the column or the rows, we can adjust the height. There's another way you can also do it. If you go into the Home tab, you go into Format, you can also adjust the row height and adjust the column width. There's also this option to auto fit the row height and auto fit the column width. So what you can do is you can double click. We can actually just select one here. Go ahead and select the column and auto fit that column. So now we see that it's auto fit. Maybe we'll try it for January, and we'll go auto fit the row, and that will auto fit it. Another way you can do it is to double click these line dividers between the columns. So once you kind of mouse over a column between C and D here, you see it turns into a two-headed arrow. You can just double click that and it's going to adjust. And if we just double click here, like under here in row 13, it will adjust to fit the height. You can also select a bunch of columns, and you can just double click within any of these the column dividers, and it will adjust those columns. You can see I did it for the columns. I can do it also for the rows here. Now let's say that you had a lot of columns or a lot of rows, and you just didn't want to go one by one or just select all of them. What you can do is just make a selection for the whole worksheet here, and just go ahead and double click any of the column dividers, and it's going to adjust it. See how it adjusted all here? And if we wanted to adjust all the columns, we've already got the whole sheet selected. You just double click that, and we have adjusted everything. So there you go. This is how you can resize columns and rows in Excel. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching.